Hi, this is Leon at the Computer Room Nottingham. What I've got here is a MacBook Pro. As you can see, it's not quite right on screen. Now this isn't just any MacBook Pro, even though they are all as special as each other. This is actually my own MacBook Pro. Now the problems it's got is, from what you just saw on screen there, is the old classic NVIDIA problem that affects quite a lot of this type of MacBook Pro, whether it be the 17-inch version or the 15-inch version. This is the 17-inch version. What I'm going to try to do is one of the fixes that are available on the internet to be able to sort of get advice from. You see them on YouTube quite a lot, so I'm going to give one of the simpler ones a go to see if I can get it working again and hopefully be able to use it. Alright then, here we are, we've moved on. We've got the keyboard sort of top cover off, as you can see. There's a big gap here where the battery used to be. Underneath, we've taken a cover off that's sort of underneath this area that covers the memory. And the parts we've taken off are all here, all the screws. We've got a cooling fan that's taken out. That cover I just talked about. This is the sort of top cover area and the battery. Next, what we're going to do is remove pretty much everything else that needs to be sort of gotten out of the way, so we can get the main board out and then look where the problem is. Alright then, here we are. We've got all the screws out now that were holding the main board down. As you can see, we've nearly got it out. We've got a little bit of negotiating to do at the right hand side here. We just need to sort of release it from this big assembly, then we'll be able to take the main board straight out, turn it over, and we'll get looking for the problem. Okay, we're looking at the underside of the main board now. Now we've cleaned the heat paste off, and this is the graphics adapter that we're looking at. What we're going to do is heat this up for about 7 to 8 minutes using hot air to be able to hopefully reflow the solder joints underneath the bottom of it to get them to sort of form properly again. Once that's done, we'll rebuild the Mac, and hopefully we'll see it working. We're a few minutes in. We're going to be going for a few minutes more yet though. But generally what we're doing is heating the whole area, well, all sides, shall I say, of the processor itself. The actual part in the centre, the core, we're leaving that alone because it's everything else that we need to be concentrating on heating and hopefully getting the solder reflowed. So like I say, I'm going to keep going for a few minutes more yet, and then once we've done that, we'll take this heat resistant tape off, allow the board to cool down, and then reassemble the Mac again. Alright then, that's the reflow done. The chip itself is still quite warm. We've taken all the heat tape off, as you can see. We're just going to let this cool down though. Then once it's all nice and cold again, we will put it back in the Mac, reassemble it, and then hopefully see a working screen again. Now we've got the main board going in, as you can see. It's pretty much all screwed down. We've got this fan in that needed to come out before the main board could. All connections are made for the sort of graphics, the fan, all these things down here. Yeah, we're going to get the keyboard in next. We'll keep reassembling the MacBook Pro, and we'll have it working. Alright then, here we are, we're all back together. We've got all the screws in, sort of in the sides, in the bottom, holding the keyboard in. So I'm just going to switch on. Going to get the white LED. Now this is looking very different. Now where the checkered pattern was, pretty much immediately we have a nice, smooth, properly working screen. Progress wheel just like usual, so we'll see where this goes. Obviously hear the startup tone just then, it's making the sort of usual noises. I can hear the sort of gliding noise from the hard drive. The fans will do their thing when it warms up. Okay. Right, and here we are, we've got things on screen. We'll get connected to the Wi-Fi in a minute, but we're pretty much done by the looks of it. Open the App Store, just get something on screen. App Store's pretty useless if I can't get on the internet. That wasn't a very good choice. Okay, about iCal. Alright, so that's that. Looking good. Working absolutely fine again, whereas before it kind of seized up and got stuck on the Apple screener a little bit afterwards. This has moved on. Operating system's working absolutely fine now, and that is that. Really happy with that. So yeah, that is it. All I'm going to do now is just test to make sure it's all okay. I'm going to just keep it switched on, let it warm up to make sure it all goes okay, and then that is that.